Welcome to the Feminine Mind. My name is Linnea, and thank you so much for tuning in. Today is day 13 after Hurricane Melissa, unfortunately, sadly, hit Jamaica, causing so much devastation. And I wanted to speak about an area in Manchester called Comfort, which is like a Williamsfield, Kirkvine area that is experiencing this kind of rising of water that is coming from within the earth. So it's not the first time this has happened in Jamaica. I do remember in 2004, I think it was Hurricane Ivan, when it hit Jamaica, it literally brought so much water that after the hurricane passed, water started to emerge from the many caves and tunnels that are a part of Manchester's infrastructure. Like people might not see it, but Manchester is filled with caves and tunnels, and so when this heavy water comes, it seems to be collected somewhere, and then after it starts to re-emerge. So you have some houses in this community. It would appear that it was rain that came down, but actually the water is rising literally from the ground. So I want to show you some videos about this. You may have already seen it, and you can see like the stages of how it's really increasing. So let's have a look.
This is Williamsfield content. As far as you can see, it's water. We're on a rooftop doing this live video right now. As far as you can see, it's water in Williamsfield.
This is a new pond in Manchester, and they also did a test and said that the water is not fresh. It is salted water that is coming from coming up here. So I think this is a result of
water
immature minding.
Keeping the water rising.
Yeah, because they never do no proper test when they mine the place. And they almost everywhere you look, you can see some water bubbling up.
Okay, so he's talking about mining. So in this area, specifically in this area, but in Manchester generally, there's a lot of mining of the soil, which is used to make aluminium. So just before you reach to Williamsfield, there's like a big, I think we call it the mud lake. And it's like a lake filled with this red extract that is the byproduct that comes from mining the soil. But I think that they say that this extract, although it looks like a liquid mud, apparently is acidic. So if you were to drop something into it, you know what I mean, it would disappear. So what he's saying is that the mining that's going on in the area, which makes sense, it's extracting craters of soil, dirt, stone out of the earth. So when the rains come after, it creates all these places for the water to settle and then spread how it wants to spread,
Some water coming up from
People
somewhere.
moving out right now.
And the water is not fresh, it is salted.
People moving out right now, as you can see. People moving out.
And I think the fact that the water is salty could speak to the minerals and what the water has accessed in the soil. And obviously, if it's rising through the soil, it's most likely dragging different minerals and, different substances with it. So let's have a look at this one.
An update from Monday. Now, Monday we could have seen some of the windows, but now we only see the roof. And one of the houses at the back, it totally submerged under the water. So it's evident that the water has risen and appears to still be rising because the people on the ground made some marks in the road and them let them time it. So them start at 9 a.m. the water there. So and then the water cover it. So it's evident that it is still rising. We don't know how far up it's going to go, but I that go on. So when you look, it's a whole heap of water. And the scariest thing is that the people further to the back, them don't even know if them safe at the moment. So yeah.
Well, this video was that's 5 days ago because it's the 10th today. So, I have family that live close to here and they've walked down just to have a look. And they themselves, they don't even know if where they are is going to become immersed with water. It's just very, very sad. Close to this area is another community called Porus, which my family is also from. I remember when Hurricane Ivan hit in 2004, the water from the caves not only rose in this area, but then started to flow through the mountains. There was a waterfall that came down in what's that place called? Melrose Hill. And different roads in Porus, people were using boats because the amount of water that was being expelled, that's essentially what's happening. This is the land expelling the water.
Yeah, I guess it's just a matter of time, and then people are saying probably this water stay permanent. I don't know, but the road completely submerged underwater, as you can see. Even the entrance to the office, the alcohol office, water gone in there, so the water there over the other side of the road. Same man, is a whole heap of water. So let's hope it subsides soon.
Yeah, and bear in mind, this isn't a river and there's no river here. It's not like a river bank has burst open. So this community, they would have gone through the hurricane, weather the storm. And most likely when they think, okay, it's time to recover, this starts to happen. So sending prayers to everyone who's being affected by this, because it can't be easy at all. Let's have a look at this one. Hold on there. So this would be before the last video, because the last video, the roofs are completely covered.
Yo. Such a good. What's your man? No man.
And look how far they might drive. Like they drove a decent distance before the water stopped. So I also came across some informations.
Great excitement about the rising water down in Content or Kirkvine in Mandeville. But to be honest, it's not the first time this is happening. After Ivan, this actually happened before. And whenever you see this happen, soon you'll see the falls that is behind the Yam place on Melrose. You'll see a fall start to appear around there. And I know people are going to say, oh, nothing go so, believe me, it's just the raising water table, it will go away. But I remember being a child, and you did have the falls that just appear behind the Yam place. Believe me, ask anybody who originally come from Mandeville or Manchester, them can tell you that there's a falls behind Yam place at Melrose.
Look at that. And that leads to this last video, which the guy, I think he makes some significant points.
Community called Content in Manchester, the Mandeville. Now, this also happened back in 2002 when I'm in high school. I think a grade 10 going into grade 11. Or grade 11 in them time there. Right? And when the rainy season come down and the whole of Mandeville flood out. Remember them time back in 2002 when the whole of Porus wash away. Or even Yam Hill them have falls and all them things that they over there, so whole heap of area just flood out. Whole heap of pond.
I think he means 2004.
Different waterfalls that spring up, right?
2004?
No. This year was also flooded the last time. Even the road. So I don't understand why the government did not condemn the era from them time there. Why them allow it to happen again? Because it's a government problem. It is a government issue. I think PNP was in power last time it happened. So this is on both PNP and the JLP. Why wouldn't they step in and condemn the area? Would that make it happen again? And again and again and again? Move the goddamn road.
I mean, that's fair enough, because I was thinking, so why are people still living there? See a house, did that happen to your yard 20 years ago? But ultimately, people will do what they're doing. So, yeah, the government could step in and say, yeah, this is a condemned land now.
Condemn the friggin' area. Nobody not supposed to even live there, sir. That don't make no sense. Say, come back, come happen again. We don't know say they're gonna happen again, bro. We don't know. We don't see happen already. And with them type of rain will fall. We don't know what's gonna happen again. And gonna allow it to happen. People them go back and build back and lose everything again. And other people should have better sense of go back less afterward or the experience the first time.
Yeah.
Now it happened again. Everybody need to move, but the government need to condemn the area and move the road. Because that is a main road leading towards Christiana. The area need to condemn.
I agree. And it's sad that now it's like shoulda, woulda, coulda. Who knows? Someone might have owned, those people might own the land, not be able to sell it. We don't really know what the real deal is, but this is destabilizing for those people. So yeah, sending prayers. I'm looking forward to seeing how this is going to develop. Apparently the waters are now making their way down to Porus. So if Manchester, different regions, if the land has to expel, like, okay, hacho, and push back the water, hopefully it will happen as soon as possible. And once again, sending prayers and of love and support and safety, all of those things for everyone affected. And please remember to, I'm going to do a video about the amount of people that's coming out saying, don't donate to Andrew Holness, don't donate to the government because y'all ain't gonna get the money. So please remember, I'm running the Please Help Jamaica Rebuild After Hurricane Melissa Fund. It will be linked below. This is not linked to any governmental body. We're sending the money directly to Jamaica into the hands of those who need it for food, water, they can't use it for light. If there's no light in that area, there's no light. Do you get what I'm saying? But for survival, essentially. So please remember that. And I'll see you soon. And remember, Thursday, I'm going to be doing my 24-hour streaming marathon to raise funds for Jamaica. So I'm going to schedule that today. And I look forward to seeing you in my next video. Stay blessed. Big up on yourself. Take care of yourselves and your loved ones and give thanks and praises. We made it to see another day. Peace.